Alright, time for the October Gardenside chat. We have, I think, 3 entrants with multiple questions. So here we go. Ready, hat boy? Take that out to here. Stop this that music.
My
Come
bad.
on. Ready?
My bad.
Hey, here we go.
What's up, people? YouTube.
Alright, let's see what we got here. Ooh, okay. Who we got? Here we go. This is from Home. Rox's Homestead and Garden Doghouse. The dog Roxter asks, what do you use to keep rodents away? And Raymond's question for you is, he would like to know your bun recipe that you use for bread. So, alright, there you go. I'm not going to water the garden, but I'm going to take care of the girls, give them a little food, but check on the eggs, see what they got. So, thanks. There you go. Alright. Thanks, Howard. Yeah, so, let's see, Randy, congratulations to you. You finally got it. Like I said, it's totally random. It's put in a hat and Howard posed it. So, yeah, one of the things, get this out of my ear. So for rodents, I guess really, a lot of people say that things that you do to keep away or get rid of rodents is to not have things in place for them to want to be hospitable to them. So you don't want to have food things, if you have dog food or that kind of thing, or whatever. You don't want that just lying out so that that any kind of rodent can get to it. Say mice, rats, whatever, possums, coons, all that kind of stuff. You don't want a food source, and you don't want hospitable housing for them, I guess you might say. So you don't want debris and whatnot just hanging around. As far as getting rid of them, there's different types of live traps, different types of poisons for that. Multiple things work. I just try to keep it cleared out to avoid having to use any of that. So anyway, that's that there. As far as the bun recipe, I don't really make buns per se. I just make bread, and I did make some these buns. I guess you might call it like Italian buns or Italian loaf. Not long breads, but little round buns for making sandwiches. And so my basic recipe is I start with liquid. I don't start with, say, 4 cups of flour and then add liquid. So my basic bread recipe is 1 cup of liquid. So generally, if I'm making a bread, not sweet bread, but just bread, I use water. So 1 cup of water. I use 2 teaspoons of yeast, and if you have those little packets, that's basically 2 1/4 teaspoons. So you can use a packet or 2 teaspoons of yeast if you have bulk yeast like I do. It's probably about 3 1/2 cups of flour. I just put the flour in there until it's the consistency that I want. I use a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of sugar, sometimes 1 teaspoon of sugar, depending again what I make. And the fats that I use in it is generally olive oil, and again, it depends on what I'm making. If I'm making something sweet, I'm using butter, and I'm using different type of sugar, cinnamon, that kind of thing. So basically a cup of liquid, a cup of water, 3, 4, 4 1/2 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of sugar, and 2 teaspoons of yeast. Don't know if I said that, and probably about a tablespoon of olive oil. And you get that mixed up. The water has to be warm, and about 110. I don't really measure. I just feel my finger. When it feels warm, then I mix it with the water and with the sugar and the yeast, and I let that proof for about 5 minutes. I watch the top get foamy and scummy looking. Then I know it's ready. Then I'll start putting my ingredients in. If I'm making a sweetened bread, I'm using an egg to put inside of there, or multiple eggs, or a lot more butter, depending on, again, what I'm making. So basic bread recipe is so easy. I'm going to start making those videos. So thanks for that question, Randy. And just as an FYI, if anyone is interested in making buns and that kind of thing for sliders, check out Randy's channel. And he had some, he made some bread that looked really good. Looked like you could slap some sloppy Joe hamburgers, whatever, and it would turn out nice. So, okie dokes. If you want any questions answered, put them down below, and we'll get them for next month for November. Howard picks it out the hat. I answer it, and it's just luck of the draw. So anything that you want to ask about, no politics, no religion, no money, nothing like that, and we'll be good. So, alrighty. Thanks very much for watching. This is Grow Me Something Mister. And remember to, no, I don't have an next line yet, so see you later, everybody.